I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. The county and the Army Corps of Engineers play Let's Make a Deal, and the county wins out. A dunes restoration project will go forward after all, even though the county was unable to secure easements from every landowner, a previous requirement of the Army Corps of Engineers. Now the work will go forward, excluding a half block towards the end of the project. County Administrator Jerry Cameron.
The Army Corps has agreed to work a deal to modify this project so that we could just drop that block out and those people would not get the benefit of the improvement in the armoring. They would be just, when whatever comes, comes.
County Attorney Al Hadid says properties that didn't sign are at risk.
We have 4 properties there that have not signed the easements. Others have either already signed or in the process of signing. So with 4 gaps, think of them as gaps, these would be, as far as the ocean is concerned, in a storm situation, the storm waves would be funneled into those areas.
Some property owners had claimed the project was eminent domain. Cameron says that wasn't the case, and he still can't understand why some refused to sign off on the work.
Holding out on this really makes absolutely no sense. There's nothing in it for the people that are holding out. They are essentially getting somebody to do tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of work on their property and to guarantee that work for 50 years. But the fortunate thing is that all of them are clustered together at the very end of the project, so it doesn't compromise the whole project for them not to engage. It only compromises that block.
The project will shore up more than $2.5 million of coastline from South 6th Street to the south side of South 28th Street, using $17 million in state and federal funding. As storm season comes into focus, local emergency management officials say preparedness planning had to adapt to COVID-19. John Arking explains.
Hurricane Isaias was the first system this season to pose a threat to Palm Coast, and as with any storm, city staff monitored conditions from the moment it appeared on the radar. But Thomas Sconey, Palm Coast fire captain and the city's emergency manager, says with the pandemic now a part of daily life, they had to change things up a bit.
But with COVID, we have a lot of different things and strategies that we need to look at. And we can't have that many people in the same room, and we can't really have all of our managers together in the same room, because if one manager gets sick and they all get sick, our number 2s and our number 3s are prepared to step up, but why take that liability? Why take those chances? So we've looked at changing our EOC to more of a web-based program where we can work from home, Zoom in, and have those daily conversations, and we were able to do that this year.
Recently, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said this could be an extremely active storm season, and Asconi says they'll need to be ready.
All the forecasts this year are expecting a lot more named storms than in years past, and you can see before hurricane season started this year, we already had a few named storms. So the storm season started early. It may go a little bit late. We do have a couple disturbances out there now. We don't look like we're going to be affected by them, but they are expecting a higher season this year than in years past.
From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
What's the worst part about spreading the coronavirus?
Medical professionals say it's how contagious it is. Flagler Medical Director Dr. Stephen Bickle says that while there are tests for the virus itself, there is one for the contagion.
There's a less sensitive but widely available test that could be used just to detect when people are contagious.
Bickle said that's part of the problem with contact tracing.
At least half of the transmission of COVID happens before people are symptomatic on average, and then if you'd say there's a delay between them getting symptoms and getting tested, not even to mention the delay in getting the results.
Dr. Bickle said that between the time lapse and the fact that people are not even getting tested, we're missing out on nearly 90% of the contagious period of COVID-19. To listen to the full interview, download the Flagler Radio app and then go to the Free for All Friday podcast. Tomorrow, coronavirus and the flu. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Driving along Belterre Parkway day or night, you'll notice some changes.
Streetlights are being installed on the side of one of Palm Coast's most well-known thoroughfares, Belterre Parkway, from Palm Coast Parkway to State Road 100. Carl Cote, Director of Stormwater and Engineering for the City of Palm Coast, gives some insight into how the roadways were chosen.
There are several factors they looked at, such as traffic volume, pedestrian destinations, speed limits, type of roadway, the length, and various criteria.
The lights will be installed in phases throughout the next few months. There may be lane closures as crews work to install the light poles. Other streets included in the project include Parkview Drive to Whiteview, Whiteview Parkway to Rimfire Drive, Rimfire to Royal Palms to East Hampton, and East Hampton to State Road 100. Cody says as each section is completed, the lights will turn on for better safety at night. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Rich Carroll.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.